Hi, welcome to Stitchcraft. My name is Mary, the Stitchcraft Queen, and today is the 19th of February. It is a Wednesday of 2025. I have BB in my lap with me because she's being very clingy right now, so if you see her pop her head up, that is why. Oh, there she is. Hi, say hi to everyone. Oh, thank you. Today I have 3 projects that I worked on this week. I know a lot more than usual, or at least in the last usual, and then I didn't get any yarny things this week, but I did get something else fun that is, making creative related. So I'll share that as well. But yeah, let's get right on into it. I guess first, the project I'll share, we went to go see a movie this week. So let me make sure I'm pulling out the right one. Yes, I am. We went to go see Captain America Winter Soldier. Not Winter Soldier, the new Captain America movie. Maybe. And so I worked on my husband's sock. Yeah, I did, about an inch and a half. That's where I was right there with his little Pac-Man holder. Oh, there's BB. Getting off my lap. I guess I was too boring. But yeah, so that's where I was, and that was the start of the foot on the other side right there. So not too much done, but better than before. So now he has it actually is looking like a sock now. So that was fun to get that back out and actually work on it. The other things I did. Oh, BB, hey, you gotta be quiet right now. Can you be quiet? Thank you. The other thing I worked on just a little bit. I guess she's just gonna be squeaking her toy. Sorry about that, but the other thing I did was my Sweet Shop blanket. I did half a square. I didn't even move my stitch marker. That's hilarious. I will move that right now. But yeah, I did half a square. I wanted to get at least something done on it, but clearly I think I did the color. The color's always kind of the fun part, and then the decreases. For some reason, I don't love the decreases. I like the increases more on this. I think it's probably because it's all the same neutral color, which is fine. But yeah, I just wanted more color, so I stopped doing it after that. But this one was a one-of-a-kind by, I believe it's like called the little squirrel yarns. It was a local dyer in Colorado. This is actually the leftover yarn from last year when I was in the Love and Stitches membership for Nitty Natty. We did it was essentially like pen pals but with yarn stuff. So you made your partner something, and that was the leftover yarn I had from that. So we're adding that into the blanket as well. Yeah, I only have now 2.5 squares left until that row is completed. And so the goal is by the end of February to have that done. So we'll see what ends up happening. Next up, let me grab my next one. This is the one with the most progress, and this is my row 1 blanket. So this is where I was last week working on this kind of mint color square. And my goal was to finish this one and then add the next section, or next, bunch of colors, which the next little bit of colors was from the latest row 1 that I just got it last week. So pretty quick adding, which was fun. So I did these ones. These ones were still, I believe it was Storytell Stitchery, which I love her stuff. I've used her yarn before. And then, find the beginning. There we go. All the way back here. We started over on a new row. So this second row up here, that was the new yarn I got last week. And then all the way to this pink. So you can kind of start to see a fun pattern play, and kind of how scrappy it's going to look, which I love. I'm still trying to make the colors coherent. I'm not trying to put terrible colors with terrible colors. I swapped these two because originally I had started this one as the pink, but it blended kind of with this one. You couldn't tell that they were two different colors as well as I had hoped, so I ended up, tinking back and then swapped it out. And then this blue is the next one, the next pack I'm working on. Let me see who it is from. It is Wanderluck Fibers, sorry. So theirs are a lot more kind of fun, soft, almost pastel colors, which I think will go well with this middle section because they were a little more softer too. So lots of fun. I'm still loving this project so much. My goal is to do 2 to 3 squares a day. If I do that, then I can get, 14 at the smallest side done a week, which is about a pack and a half, which is awesome because then I'll get through it a lot faster. My goal is to catch up within the next couple months. I need to get up and count how many packets I have left because I think I'm about halfway through. I didn't subscribe right at the beginning of the year. It was a little after. So I probably had around 10 packets. Right now I'm on the 5th one. So if I had 12, I'll be about halfway through, which is good. But yeah, then I'm just putting all the leftovers. There's about, depending on how big the original little skein was, about 6 to 4 ounces left of each of the yarns. So yeah, we're just winding them up and putting them in a scrappy bag. Eventually they'll go into a scrappy project. It'll probably be the mini Cozy Memories blanket. By my best guess, I might even do smaller squares than what theirs calls for in the pattern. I would just, not cast on as many, which is fine. And then the rest, once that's done, we'll go into a magic knot ball for an even scrappier project. But I'm very, very happy with how the row 1 blanket is turning out. Obviously, once I get to the scraps way down the line, it'll be with all my other fingering weight scraps in a very scrappy blanket. But because we want to use up as much as possible of that yarn. Little waste. Yeah, that's all my projects this week. For this next week, I hope to just get another packet and a half done of my row 1 yarn. We don't really have any plans this weekend, so we're probably not going to go to another movie, so the sock will probably go back into the background. And hopefully I can get done, a square and a half on my, my sweet shop blankets. I can have that row done. For March, I really want to get the row 1 done and all caught up, and then also resume work on my sweet shop blanket. Yeah, because that's, the row 1 is kind of like the big first one out of the way to get caught up on, and then the sweet shop can kind of just be at the forefront. And then I also want to finish in March and April, me and my husband's matching fisherman sweaters. Those projects, man, I love them, but I just got so sick and tired of it, so it's good to have kind of a break. Yeah, so that one will come up, and then also probably the Beatles Battenberg will make a return in March, April time as well. One other fun thing, so I wound up the yarn, it was almost a year ago now, to try out, it's a mini mock neck tank, and I now really want to make that. I was going to test the pattern, make the pattern first without changes, and then I wanted to remake the pattern with a couple small changes because I want to make a sweater that is identical to Yuffie Kisa. I'm gonna butcher her last name now. It's been a second since I played. But Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII, one of my favorite characters, and she has on the most gorgeous bright green sweater. It's like a tank top sweater, so that I want to make eventually, but I really want to make the mini mock neck tank because I found out we're going on a cruise in August, so that will be a lot of fun, but I want to have that ready, so it gives me, about 6 months from now to make it. So plenty of time, which is good. Yeah, that's all the yarny things for this week, but I did get, sitting right here, so the box, I need to unbox it, if I can lift it up. I got a sewing machine, finally. It's a heavy-duty Singer, or Singer, I don't know how I've always pronounced it Singer, but I got a sewing machine. I haven't had one for years because mine broke. Basically it was 2 years before moving to Colorado, and I was just using my sister's for little projects here and there, but hers was on the verge of breaking too. I ended up getting the heavy duty one because I have a lot of fabric swatch scraps because my mom owns a furniture store, and when they discontinued fabrics while I worked there, I would just take them home because it was either that or throw them away. I already made one really huge quilt with them with the first batch. Those ones were all from Norwalk. The second batch I have are all discontinued fabrics from Lee. They're my 2 favorite brands of furniture, actually, so it worked out really well. But I didn't make the second one because, 1, I moved to Colorado, and 2, my sister's sewing machine like it basically gave out at that point. So I am happy to have that heavy duty one and to be able to, you know, to get to making again. So that will be fun. And then it's just good to have, especially with, you know, how the economy is looking. Help mend things, help make things. Eventually want to have children. I can make them clothes instead of having to buy all of them. So yeah, that will be good. And, you know, Joann's is going, well, they filed for bankruptcy again. So they were having a huge sale. So that was good. I got a really good discount on it. But I'm really excited for that. I'm probably going to set that up after this. Sewing was actually kind of like the first big, like, craft thing that I got into. I've always kind of had some craft or, like, some imaginative creative hobby that I've done, and sewing was kind of the first big one because I took sewing classes when I was really young, through like these summer camps, and I just loved it. And so my mom ended up getting me and my sister sewing machines, and like really all we made were like little shorts that we ran, like PJ shorts that we would wear, and then eventually we got like a pattern for like a shirt set, but I didn't want to do buttons, so I didn't make the shirt, I just made the pants. But I know the basics, and I can figure out how to read patterns pretty easily. So I'm excited to kind of get back into that. Not as heavily, obviously, as like knitting and crocheting, but at least to kind of have that back in my life. So that's fun. We actually asked for a sewing machine for our wedding, but nobody got it for us, and we were kind of disappointed. But that's okay. We got some, you know, other great things like the stand mixer, that was kind of the big one, and a vacuum, that was another big one. A little more important than the sewing machine, I think, at that point in our life. Yeah, let's see, what else did we do this week? Well, at work I got to do a full Schnauzer cut, which was so much fun. I love Schnauzer breed cuts. And I didn't have any other dogs that day, so I spent quite a while on it and made it look really, really good. I think it was probably the best Schnauzer cut I've done so far, which made me really happy and really proud to know that I could put like all that quality forward and have it pay off. Like I said, we went to see the new Captain America movie. It was pretty decent. Me and my husband both enjoyed it, which was a big step forward for Marvel, because the last, besides Deadpool, Wolverine, Guardians, and Spider-Man, there haven't really been any in this latest phase that we have loved and come away from the theater being like, that was awesome. So that was a big thing. The end of credit scene, total disappointment. Literally people were yelling at the screen, we already know that. So that was the thing that was disappointing for me, at least, but the movie I thought was decent. I'm trying to think, there's a couple other movies we saw that look good that we'll probably go to eventually. We were very happy because in Colorado we went to the Regal, which was either between that or the AMC, and the AMC didn't have as good of a deal on the weekly movie pass, or the monthly movie pass. I don't know how they do it there. And then it was further away, so we went to the Regal, and we were very happy when we moved over to Utah that there is basically one Regal theater, and it's like 15 minutes from our house, so we still get to keep our unlimited movie passes, which is nice. We need to start going more frequently though, because I kind of let that slip during the move. We started watching, sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning so much today. It's called, I think, Betrayed, it was on Hulu. The season 2, which is crazy, is on Disney Plus, but season 1, which we started watching, which is like, it's just as crazy. I would say crazier, but season 2 has to do with children, and so that makes it just that much worse already. But season 1, crazy. So we're in the middle of season 1, but we already watched season 2, so that's good if you like, you know, true crime stuff. Very crazy. It makes me and Emma even more grateful for our relationship with each other and that we are normal people. And as you know, Kendrick Lamar says, those people, they aren't like us. They're not like us. Yeah, I think that was all we watched really this week. Yeah, there weren't any fun games that came out. We started playing Luma Island, it's like a cross between Minecraft and Stardew Valley, but with like the cutest art style of all time. And I'm totally addicted to it. It is so much fun, and just so cute. So we're we've been having fun with it. Even my husband, who like doesn't love those games, because when he plays them, he gets like existential crises where he'll be like, why am I spending so much time building a house in a world that doesn't even exist? Which is funny because he'll play hours and hours on, you know, Call of Duty and Marvel Rivals, and he did play on Overwatch before they ruined it. But, you know, you swap him over to Minecraft and all hell breaks loose in his brain. But he has been enjoying it and has really liked it. So that was fun to finally find kind of a game like that together that we could play. Yeah, that was really it this week. But yeah, that wraps that section up. Oh, we've been making hot pot at home though, and it's been so much fun and it tastes so good. Super cheap and easy and fun once you have the, you know, the hot pot itself, because the broth is literally just a bunch of spices and water, so super cheap and easy. And then you cook a bunch of veggies. Emmer gets some meat that he cooks in his section, and I do tofu, and it's just been super fun. And it is like a longer dinner. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half for us to eat, because you are cooking your food in the process, but it's a really nice time to like sit down and enjoy a nice meal with the people you love. So that's been great. Yeah, that's it though. Next week I should hopefully have almost the whole second row of my row 1 blanket done, and hopefully a little bit of work on a couple other projects, but we'll see when we get there. But stay safe out there. We've had some pretty nasty snow out here in Utah finally. I haven't checked the weather to see if it's gonna, you know, hold up, but stay safe out there on those roads. Remember to drive slow, even if you think you're good at driving in the snow. You will spin out. Even if you're a truck, you can spin out if the road is slippery, so be careful. So yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye!